Hello students and YouTubers. Welcome back to another edition of Mr. Atkinson's Drawing Room. Today's lesson is going to be a portrait lesson for our 5th graders in the South Madison School Corporation. And today is going to be a really different one. We're going to do a Pablo Picasso inspired portrait. Go right ahead. Okay, so starting out, we'll do it the same way that we started with the other day. Draw a circle, oval shape on your page, representing the head. Now, the difference with this portrait is that we're not going to only draw straight on, so like the cross through the face. We're actually going to have 2 perspectives at the same time. So when I do this, we're going to have like a profile, starting with the forehead, looping around to like a nose shape, into a mouth shape, like so. Now my person has an extremely large nose, and that's fine too. Because on this side of the face, it's gonna look like a profile looking this way, and on this side of the face, it's gonna be looking straight on at us. Go ahead and include a neck and shoulders, and I'm gonna get fancy with my collar here. I put aside my paper for just a second because I wanted to show you some different eyes and features that you can do in the style of Picasso. So once you have the head and probably the shoulders down, we're going to switch over, and I want to show you some different eyes you can make. Because we're doing something more cubist, there's different ways to make eyeballs. Traditional eyeball would have sort of oval shape and a pupil inside. Now, a cubist eyeball would approach it much differently. Maybe they would do it like this spiral. That's a cool looking eye. Maybe they would do something a little more angular, like a diamond shape. Maybe keep the circle inside, the pupil in there. Maybe they would do something curved, including an eyelid, and then the eyeball might be a little more abstract and put like a square in there for the pupil. Okay, another one, we can take that diamond shape, double it, okay, make a triangle inside instead, and then we'll round off the bottom. Let's make it even weirder, okay? And last but not least, for one of those sides, for when we go to the profile version, we can make the eye, this is sort of that inside part by the nose. This can jut out like this. And we have like a sideways facing eyeball. This one might be a little trickier to understand, but that can be an eyeball too. So moving back to this portrait, I'm going to go ahead and use one of those diamond-shaped eyes for this one. And instead of making it in the exact spot that the eyeball would be, I'm actually going to put it way up here. Because Picasso liked to do that. He liked to put things in different locations. That was sort of not traditional, not normal. Okay, so then I got my one weird eye up here. This eye, I'm gonna make come out from right here, and I think I'm gonna use that curvy one. So I'm gonna do this spiral looking eye. And that'll be where I color in. All right, now we got some weird shapes and a double face going on here. The nose is pretty much built. It's a big honker here. But what you can add to it are some different style nostrils. So let me switch over to this one again, and we'll look at different nose types, okay? When you go to make your center, you can make this real triangular. We could make it even weirder, where there's the stem of the nose, nostrils, And then the end of your nose can be even weirder. A little even more abstract. And maybe we'll do it one more. Go like so. So again, all sorts of different types of noses. All right, so moving back over to this one, I think what I'll do with mine is I'll continue it over here, curvy, but then I'm gonna draw my nostril on top. And then over here, I'm gonna continue it in an angular way and then put a squarish nostril here. Yeah, real weird, you're right. Okay, and last but not least, let's look at lips. Flip this one over, do some different lip types. This one's meant to be a little weirder and a little crazier. As with all portraits, getting the idea down is the first part, and then really embellishing it your own way is what makes it awesome. So this is a series of lips you could try out. Again, using angles instead of curves. Okay, this one's kind of fun. Let's show some teeth here too. And one more for good measure. Really trying to combine organic things with angled areas. So moving back to our abstract face here. This would be where the top lip is. So I'm gonna send this one this direction, kind of like so. Okay, maybe I'll put the little curvy spot on there. Turn this into like the side of his mouth, okay? And then this side, since we're looking at him straight on, would continue the sort of mouth shape. Here's the bottom lip. Connecting that center line. There we go. So something a little weird, something a little organic. And then last but not least, let's do some ears. Okay, switching back, give you some lip ideas. And I'll take a picture of this so that you can see all the different types I've done. Okay, ear types. Let's do something like this. I can do something like this. We're really taking apart what we had learned in the past. And that way we can do something a little more fun with this one. Why not do 3 in a row? Just keep making them. Let's do another one. Let's make this one pointy. And last one. Okay, all sorts of weird shaped ears. And we'll go ahead and add it to this one. I liked that one that was doing a little bit of both, like a little curvy and a little straight. So I'm gonna go out here like this. So long as you have fun with this, that's what we care about. And this one, I'll just do the one like so. All right. With hair, it kind of depends on what you want to do. You could make it spiky, you could make it curvy. I think I'll do half and half. So this one will end right here, as if like this was just the face, like a profile. And then this one, I'll continue with that angular stuff, and I'll make sort of a spiky here. All right. Now for this last step, I got my different utensils out, different supplies. We're gonna do something with color theory. Basically, we're gonna make one half of the face with warm colors, the other half with cool colors. If you don't exactly remember, that's okay, I'll explain. Cool colors consist of your blues, greens, and purples. So I'll have that stack on this side. There's another green. And the other side, the warm colors, pretty much just like what they feel like. We've got our oranges and reds and browns, yellows and pinks. So we'll put them on this side. I've got a black just in case I want to do some outlining. Okay, you're welcome to use colored pencils. You're welcome to use markers, crayons, whatever you sort of have available. And then I'll time lapse this so you can see me color some choices. Okay, so I've got one half done where it's all the cool colors, and you can approach this all sorts of different ways. I even went so far as to sort of abstract where the color came in the face. So I have these different bands and sections of the color across his face, okay? But then I'm gonna make all these spiky hairs dark green. You can approach this however you'd like. It's pretty neat to have the freedom to then color any way you want. But I do want you to stick to cool colors on one side, warm on the other. We'll speed that up. Got it coming together here. I'm gonna go back through and outline some of my marks with a black marker so that they really stand out better. You can do whatever you want with the neck and collar side, but I am definitely going to make this divide down the center be very prevalent. I'm gonna make it stand out with this black marker. I'm gonna go ahead and loop around my head so that it stands out a little better too. But one thing to take note of with Picasso stuff is that he was very inspired by African masks. So if yours looks very abstract like this, that's a good thing. Okay, I'm just gonna color my collar here. I'll switch up my mediums. Do that with this side. I'm gonna do this with the other side, paint these in a little bit. So I have my divide there. And then I'm just gonna shade this black down here just so that it's nice and even. Okay, you don't have to worry about the background for this one. We'll just work on the portrait for today. And there we have a Picasso inspired portrait. Okay, thanks for watching again today. I hope you enjoyed this portrait lesson using Picasso style of making a portrait. One more look. Voila, kind of monstrous, kind of masky, very weird also, but that's how abstract art is. I really hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment in the section below, and we'll see you real soon. I hope you have been going out and exploring, taking adventures, seeing the world around you, witnessing art, and then remaking it yourself. Till next time.